Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. In this video, we're going to talk about the craze of three-piece rolling toolboxes that have hit Black Friday this season. I think you've all seen by now that pretty much all of the manufacturers that make these things are putting them out in a three-piece set for Black Friday. Milwaukee has coined the phrase pack out here, and I sometimes use that when I talk about some of the other brands. Pack out is Milwaukee's brand name, so if I do say pack out in one of the other brands, just remember that that's me making a mistake, almost like using Band-Aid instead of adhesive strip. Pack out has kind of become the word to talk about for all of these things. But I think we know what we're talking about here. We're talking about the three boxes that snap together to make a rolling toolbox system. I'm going to tell you what I looked at, why I looked at them, and what I ended up with, and then we're going to go in the shop and I'm going to show you what I bought. Now, my criteria for this was primarily a storage system with the ability to roll to job sites as a secondary function, which honestly is not the major use case. The major use case is to use these more as the mechanism to get your tools to the job site on a daily basis. But my use case was slightly backwards, and I made my decisions accordingly. But I'm going to talk to you on how I think these things would have worked if I were to use them on a daily basis. So what I'm going to do is show you each of them here on their website, and then I will go show you the one I purchased. So let me shrink me down here. I'll be moving me around as we go to the different sites, trying to hide some of these crazy pop-up ads. The first system I looked at, guys, you may be shocked to see this, but the Heart system at Walmart actually did not look that bad at all. As you can see here, I will click through. It is a three-box system, with rolling wheels, and I don't know what that little cell phone holder is worth there, but they have it there. Quite frankly, it looked nice. It's a little bit smaller than some of the systems, but it honestly was not, horrible. I actually could see myself using this system, and if you're in an area of the country where the big box stores, your Lowe's, your Home Depots that carry some of the other brands are quite a bit away, and it's a long drive, and you make special trips to go there, but you have a Walmart in the next town over, this probably would be a good system for you to grab, and it's only $89, which is a good price for the three systems we're talking about here. It's at the lower end of the price scale for these systems. The next place I went would be Lowe's. Lowe's carries this Craftsman Versastack system, and it's kind of a stackable system. You can put a bunch of things together. Again, it's a little smaller. It's I believe 17 and an eighth inch or something wide instead of 22 inches, which is what some of the other systems are. I want to say that Heart system was 20 inches. So the Versastack is a little bit smaller, but it has a few things going for it that I really kind of liked. It was well made. I rolled it around the store. I thought it was well made. And it is a sister or a cousin, what do you want to call it, to the Dewalt V-Stack system. You can mix and match Dewalt V-Stack and this Craftsman Versastack together. So if you have an older system from DeWalt and you want to add a couple of these newer boxes to it, you can do it, which is also a very nice feature for this system. It is $89, basically the same price as the Heart system. Again, I think this would do the job for most people. I then went to the Home Depot, and the Home Depot actually carries three different systems. So I'm going to look at all three of them. The first one being the Milwaukee system. Now, the Milwaukee pack-out system is kind of the cream of the crop, I believe. They currently, for Black Friday, have a 2-box system with the crate on top that brings it down into the $200 range, a little lower than this $229. This system is, honestly, guys, by far the most expensive system. But I'm going to be very honest with you. It is the best made system, and it has many options in it. It's the full 22-inch size. It has multiple different types of setups that you can go with here. As you can see, I'm clicking through. They have many different boxes. They're extremely well made. And you can see here, this guy's going up a flight of stairs with it. I'm going to be honest with you. If you are working on a daily basis out of a truck or a van and you're moving equipment in and out of job sites daily, I would say this is the system to jump on. This is the best robust system that they make. It has a lot of options, and it's very, very well made. I looked at it for a very long time. And you know, there is the mantra that always buy the best tools you can buy. And I'm going to be honest, this is the most expensive, but I could afford any of these systems in you know, that I looked at. But at the end of the day, I did not go with the Milwaukee system because my use case is more storage and less mobility. So I came down to 2 systems that I was really sold on. And my research started in late October, knowing that Black Friday was going to have a lot of pack-out systems in it. There I went and said pack-out about them all. You know, rolling toolbox systems. The rigid system that I'm going to click on here now really looked like the right system for me. It had the size, it had the strength, and it had literally what I needed, which was the 3-box kit at a good price. Now, interestingly, in late October and early November, when I actually did my research and made my purchase so that I could get this video going for you guys for around Black Friday, the price was $129, not $119. They had it laying in Home Depot right next to the other 2 systems that they sell. And the only optional piece they had in the store was the crate. And that's how I've been shopping this for over a year. I've been looking at these things. And it was always these 3 systems in the crate. And I said, well, it's not a very robust system. Here's the crate. But it would do what I needed it to do, you know, and sometimes that's it. Now, over time, they added this small parts box, which is something that they had in years past, but it went away. It's back. I didn't know it was back at the time. It wasn't back when I made my purchase. I'm going to be very honest. I would have bought this system, the crate, and the small parts thing, this 5-piece kit for $173. I'd have walked out the door 3 weeks ago when I made my purchase if this was available 3 weeks ago. But for whatever reason in my area, it wasn't. It wasn't on the website like this. So I didn't go with Dewalt either, even though they were the leaders in the clubhouse when I walked in the store. But, you know, you have to go touch everything. You have to do your research when you're going to make a purchase. The system I ended up going with is the Dewalt Tough System 2.0. I'm going to be honest. This is incorrectly priced. This is the regular price. The Black Friday price is $149, and that's what I paid for it. Right now, if you go to the Home Depot, it's $149. And I'm going to talk about a few reasons I went with this over the rigid. Now, at the time, I didn't know that there was the ability to get the small parts boxes that this system has. Other than that, this system has a few other options that I actually believed were better, even though I honestly, guys, believe the rigid box would have done the job for me at, you know, a very minimal difference in price, $20 or $30. I decided to go with the Dewalt. So we're going to go in the shop now, and I'm going to show you some of those features and what made me make that decision. So I'll see you in the shop. Hey guys, so here we are in the shop, and here is my new system. So let me take it apart and show you exactly why I bought this system over a few of the other options. I'm just going to pull the three pieces apart here. Alright guys, let's start with the big box. This is the rolling box. This has a few features that I think are probably in the class of the Milwaukee system. It's definitely at least leader as far as I thought than the other systems and at a par with the Milwaukee system. What I did to test it, guys, is the rigid and the Dewalt, which are the two that I really was planning on going with. I walked them around the store. I literally, put them together, put the wings up, and I walked to the paint section, and I put 2 gallons of paint in the bottom of this thing, and I walked it around the store. I did the same thing with the rigid. And I'm going to be honest, in the store on the tile floor, they both rolled very nice. This has nicer wheels on it than the rigid system. Now remember, at this point, I'm down to either Dewalt or rigid. So I had ruled out some of the other ones because they were too small. I ruled out Milwaukee really because it was just a little bit more money and a little bit more than I needed. I didn't need everything it offered. And I thought this system had enough options for me. But I wanted to test to see how well it was made. And the two big benefits to this box, the first box, is this whole handle assembly is removable on this box where it's not on some of the others. And what does that matter? Well, when you bring this down to its lowest setting, this height of this handle, that's it right there. In some pickups that have those foldable or rolling back flush to the top of the bed tops, this may not go under it, so you'd have to actually tilt it like this to get it in. And I don't want to do that. My travel needs for this is driving from Maryland to Florida to work on my rental property. I have a rental house down in Florida. Every time it's getting swapped out, a new tenant's coming in, I gotta go down and do a punch list of stuff on it. And that's my traveling use case for this kit. And that's the only real reason I got it. Because storage around the house, I can build things and put it in that. This being removable and these bigger 8-inch wheels that roll really nice are the two main features of this big box that I really like. Other than that, most of the boxes, quite frankly, I gotta be very honest, many of these systems, almost all of them that I looked at, they're all resin plastic. They're all fairly strong. I think all of them are going to last, and they could really do a good job for you. One other thing with this big box, I forgot to mention, they do provide a nice footrest back here to put your foot on when you're going to tilt it back. Not all of them have that. That's a nice feature as well if you really get this loaded. This system can hold 250 pounds. So you get this thing loaded up with 250 pounds, that's a nice little feature to have. The next box in the system is what they call the medium box. This is the hard box to find in the set. I actually asked the guy at the Home Depot, I'm like, why is it so hard to find this box? And he said, because we sell these independently. You can go just buy this box or that box or that box. And he goes, this is the box people buy if they're only buying one. And it makes sense. It's a good sized box. It has, again, a tray. These trays in these bigger boxes, I'm not going to use. I'll be honest with you. I want to put tools in here. I want big storage. So these, they're not something I need. Now that's me. Your mileage may vary. You may like that there's a tray there that you can put something in. For me, I don't. This box just is a good size. I can see, if a friend of mine called me and said, hey, I need some work done at the house, can you come help me? I could see putting a skill saw, maybe a couple of drills, a set of tools to go do some repair at a house in here, closing this one up, grabbing it by the handle and just taking this with me. This is a good individual box as well as obviously being added as the middle box for the kit. And it has a good amount of storage space in it. But quite frankly, a lot of the system's middle boxes are just like that. A tray and good storage. Forgot to put that back in. Now, the top / smaller box. This guy has a few tricks up its sleeve as well. First and foremost, you can see it has two rather nice small parts bins in here. Now, some of the other ones also have little cups in them that you can put things in. All of them offer a true small parts case now that Dewalt, or that, excuse me, now that Rigid offers it. I'm going to be honest again. As you can see, these two cases take up half of this box. For me, if I'm going down to Florida, this box is going to be open. These two things will probably never be used in this box, but they're nice. I'll use them around the shop. I'll put something in these. I'll use these as nice boxes. But this box on the top, for me, is going to hold my drill and my driver, probably, some of the, a tape measure, a hammer, a couple screwdrivers. The tools that I touch the most are going to be in this top box. So I don't want these taking up that space. And quite frankly, this box is, it's just well made. They have very good rubber, this is rubber here. This yellow piece is rubber. So it's got good water sealing. This box is a nice size. They make a box just like this that is a small parts bin. So there'll be the cups in here. And I believe the top is clear plastic so you can see in it. I'll probably add that to this, and I'm probably going to add the crate to it. That way I can pick and choose what I want to put together for that kit when I have to travel to Florida. This system is slightly better made, I think, fit and finish wise to the Rigid system I was looking at. The difference in price is only $30. These things are going to last me probably the rest of my life. I'm no spring chicken. I actually think, the $30 difference doesn't mean anything. And quite frankly, I could have spent the extra $100 and got the Milwaukee. I just, at that point, this system is so almost more than I need. The Milwaukee is even beyond that. A couple of other options that this system does offer that I'm interested in. You can see this little yellow swing up thing here. These little T plastic ridges here allow you can see how there's a gap there. They make half-size boxes where on this side it's just a cup that goes in there, and on this side they have the snap-in system. So you can get two little half-size, and they're little small parts because they have some cups to put nails, screws, whatever. So, realistically, if you're working out of your van and you have many different little small parts that you need, you could get 5 or 6 of those things and, keep all of your things. And then when you show up on a job site, well, I need this box and this box for this. And you can snap them on there and go in and do your job and then come back out. And you could snap them on there and then literally pick this up and carry them with them on there like that and go in, have your drills, have your hammers, have your screwdrivers in here, whatever you need for the job, and the parts right there, and do the job with this. That's unique. The Rigid system doesn't have that. This also has some storage options as well. They make some racks for this. I'm probably not going to go down that road, but it is there if I ever want to. Remember, my main use case is storage here in the basement, putting all my tools in here and getting them, out of the way, basically, getting them somewhere safe and protected and, out of the way for when I need them. And they make a system that these will rest in kind of like this, on a couple of arms. And it's an option. I'm just going to say it's an option. Milwaukee offers something like that as well. I probably will never go down that road, but it's nice that it's there. It's an option that, again, this system offers. So I think, I think this is a very well-made system, guys. This is, it's hard to convey this to the camera, but this thing is really, it's really well made. It's going to last me a good long time. I can see this sliding around the back of the truck, taking some hits. I think this thing is very well made. I think many of the systems I looked at are very well made now. I went with this one because there was a few more options than some of the other systems I look at, and the other system that had all those options was more expensive. So this was the right price point for options for me. I hope that made sense. If you didn't understand something I said or why I made a decision, please put some comments down below, ask some questions. I try to always answer my comments. So go ahead and ask a question. I'll try to let you know about it. I will let you know if I buy any optional pieces for this. I'll put them in some video later on down the road. So I hope you liked that. If you did, please hit the like button. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.